So I wanted to show this to you because I was not fully aware, but this is a gated community. You probably already knew this, but I, for some reason, missed it. So there is a gate code to get in. Okay, so I got through the gate and now I am driving in through the neighborhood. This has one way in and one way out. That's all it's got. Obviously, I am inside my truck, so please forgive the bugs all over the windshield. It's from driving down here. But this is straight in and down and around to the left here is where the house is. So as soon as I get out of my truck and all, I will do the front outside because the weather is rolling in, and of course the other day I was doing a property showing and got poured on, so and this is the house right here just before the second curve. Okay, so this is the outside of the property and the neighborhood. Lots of sea breeze, so that's very nice. Of course, the weather's rolling in a little bit as well. But this is the direction from which I came. And then this is looking at the front of the house here. So it looks like it's got like a little courtyard thing. Like I said, I'm still waiting on the agent. She's gonna unlock for us. So I'll continue with the video out here for now. And this is the side yard here. And it does look like, and I'll show it when we get to the backyard, but I'm gonna zoom way in. There is a chain link fence at the rear. So that is helpful. I will get more of that when we get to the rear of the property so you can see, and we will also make sure that that chain link fence is fully intact. So that could be helpful. And I think the reason why we couldn't see it on the aerial pictures is because it does have tall trees in front of it and bushes around it. So I think that that's why we couldn't see that. And this is the front of the house itself. You do have the 2-car garage. And then she does have a gate face here, but I'm sure if I were to look beyond a little bit here, let me walk a little more this way and come back. That's not a fence that goes all the way to the back. That fence likely is there to just hide like the AC equipment or the trash cans, things like that. So I will get a video of the inside of that for you as well. But that chain link fence is across the back of the property here. And got some beautiful landscaping as well. These need to be taken care of, but I don't know if that's hers or the neighbors, to be fair. But you've got some beautiful palm trees and just tropical landscaping that really adds to the flavor of the area and to the house itself. Okay, I am still waiting for the agent to arrive, and I had texted and asked for permission to come over here, but she didn't respond yet. So there is a little bit of standing water here. They did literally just have rain, so keep that in mind. But this is away from the house, so the drainage towards the house and everything appears to be pretty good. So I'm actually going to come around this way. We've got an AC unit here. Let me get past this muck a little bit. Yeah, this ground's a little wetter than I anticipated. Now it's drying up again, so that's good. So just a little bit of side yard. Like I said, it's away from the house, so that's good. There's a little bit of water right here, standing water, but again, it looks like it's gonna absorb up pretty fast. They literally just had rain. And then you've got this back swale here, so that's gonna have some water This fence is probably maintained by the community, and it backs basically swampland. And then you've got this little screened in porch here. And until we get inside, I cannot tell you for certain if this is part of the main house or the guest house area. So keep that in mind as well. Again, a little bit of an angle here, which is not a bad thing. And they also have the drainage retention pond here. So this is part of the reason why you're seeing all this water. But this is a good sign, again, because you know that the water is going to come down and then over to the pond, and that's what we want to see. And then again, for the most part, away from the house. We've got another AC unit here. So this is leading me to believe that the main house and the guest house each have their own full-size AC unit. So again, a little wet out here, but it literally just rained. My feet are soaking wet now. But coming around, you know, your pool would be inside this courthouse area here. And she does have a couple of gutters, as you can see, with the tile roof. So just keep that in mind. The gutters will have to be kind of cleaned out, but it is a good thing. Based on what I'm seeing, though, I do kind of feel like they might need maybe a couple of extra gutters at some point. I'm not entirely sure. But this is the other side. So probably do not really want to walk out here when it's raining. Okay, so I just stepped inside this little courtyard area. There is a Ring doorbell just outside. Now this is covered and screened right here, and that's looking more to the main part of the house. Then if we come over here, and this has very tall ceilings, but this is that front entrance courtyard. So if somebody was knocking on your door, there's a Ring doorbell out there in which you would be able to answer them and come out and unlock. And then this also has a number pad entry, so which you should be able to change on like a app or something like that. So if you didn't want to get up and actually let people in, you could maybe just give them a code of some kind that you can change periodically. So this little section here is not screened going on up, but this section here is screened, not at the very top there, but everything from here down. And just so you know, all of the courtyard with the pool and everything is screened as well. So when we step in here, so this is all 100% screened in. The house does come with shutters. They are the manual shutters. There's one set of sliding glass doors that has the accordion shutters that you can slide closed, but the rest of them are the manual shutters. And she's got like a little area here with a trellis. This is the guest house or the cabana, so we'll go in there in a little bit. And then you've got this section over here. And then we walk down here. And this front room to my right is part of the main house. So this is all the main house here. And then over here is the guest house. This is going to be a flex room, as we'll see when we get inside. There's a little cabana half bath here. So you don't have to go inside through all the house and everything to get to the bathroom if you're out playing in the pool. And then of course, that sofa, still unknown at this time if the sofa is going to stay or go with her. She would prefer to take it with her, so it is not part of our contract. But if she finds that she will not be able to take it, then she will leave it behind for you. And then this is the sliders with the accordion shutters. And that is an exit from the master bedroom. That is the privacy glass for the master bathroom or the primary bathroom there, just so you can see all that. And again, this is all with screened in and everything. This is that door that we passed when we were going around the outside. And then of course the pool. Now the pool right here does have a waterfall feature. It is not on at the moment, but that is part of what helps filter the water and everything, which you probably already knew that. You've got your shallow end and your deeper end. So decent sized pool, very pretty shape. Not very common shape for a pool these days. Most time they're just square. Again, this goes out to the side yard. And then we're gonna go into the guest house first. So this will be the door into the guest house. She did tell me that this carpet throughout the whole home, hopefully you like the carpet, it is only about 1 year old. So there is that feature for you. Also, she let me know, and I have confirmed, that there are 2 AC units, one for the guest house and then a separate one for the main house. So that's definitely a bonus as well. And this is a 1-to-1 ratio right now, just so you get an idea of size. This is actually a substantially sized room. They have a queen bed in here just for relevance, but this wall definitely could take a king bed, no problem at all. And if you don't want it on that wall, you can put it on this wall. And this wall could take a king bed and then some, no problem. So I'm going to zoom out just a little bit just to give you kind of a bigger, wider angle view here of this room. And it's got crown molding across the top. It does have your AC return in the corner there. And then of course, attic access, I would expect that to be in here because it is a separate part and you still want to have that access in case you need to get into the attic for any reason. Then you have a kitchenette here. So you've got your microwave and your refrigerator. These are full size. It's a full size refrigerator, which is good, whether you're going to use it on a regular basis or not. They used to also have an air fryer and a coffee pot in here just for extra, you know, when guests were staying and stuff like that, if they wanted to have maybe their morning stuff on their own, that was here for them as well. So definitely a little bit of counter space, enough fridge space if you wanted to use this as its own refrigerator, or if you wanted it to be an extension of the main house, whatever you want to do with that. And then this window overlooks the side. And I also did confirm with them, since we were walking around outside, they had a torrential downpour this morning, in addition to all the rain that they had yesterday. I know I drove through some really thick rain on my way here as well. And that was part of the reason why I wanted to get the outside done, because there is a lot more weather rolling in. So the fact that there's water is not surprising. The neighbors all have it too, but no water intrusion into the house. Like I was showing you outside, the water seems to roll off away from the house, which is exactly what you want. The other thing that I want to mention to you, because she was telling me, and I will probably say it again when we get to the back screened porch area, but that fence, that chain link fence, is maintained by FWC. There's a 100-foot easement, a canal, and then another 100-foot easement beyond that fence. So that kind of indicates to me that the fence and that area overall will be well maintained. But it is still beautiful scenery when you're sitting out on that back porch, because I've already been out there when I was looking around. So this is walking into the bathroom here of the guest suite. You do have a single vanity here. And I'm still zoomed out a little bit, just so you know. A step-in shower, which is nice. And that's not a deep step in there. I just want you to see that it's not a deep step in there. So you have a little bit of a step over with the metal, and then a little bit of a step down there with the threshold, but not a deep step at all. Pretty decent size shower here. And it is open on top for ventilation purposes. And then you have your privacy glass with a huge window, which is very nice, and your toilet. This here, coming over here, is a linen closet. So nothing too fancy, but you can put some linens in there, including some bed linens as well. And then you've got your regular closet. This is a walk-in closet. And it comes in and around the corner just a little bit. And then she did tell me that one of the AC handlers is from 2016. The other one, I think the main house is 2016. This one is 2017 or 2018. I think this one's 2018. And then she did tell me that she did just have both units serviced, and that the coil was replaced in the other AC unit on the main house as well. So she's taken very good care of the equipment here. Oh, let me go back to a 1-to-1 for you, just so you can see the bathroom in a 1-to-1 ratio. It is a very good sized bathroom. Definitely spacious. Does have an exhaust fan, which is good as well. So moving on, we'll go back out and into the main house. And they just have these rugs here to help keep the water off of the rugs when people are getting in and out of the pool and playing and whatnot. Of course, this deck does get wet when it rains because it's just screened. It's not an actual covered courtyard area. It's just a screen enclosure courtyard area. So, and the other thing I should have noticed while we were in there, but I'll show you here, these blinds are built into the window. So you have the ability to close them off or open them without them kind of being in the way and getting dirty and all that kind of stuff. So we'll walk over to the main house here. And then when you first step in, you've got a little mini foyer. And then this steps into the living room. Now, that window that is there has screens that are over the top of it. And that is great for when you're watching TV, if you choose to put your TV on that wall, because it helps to alleviate the glare on the TV. So this is the living room, very good sized living room. It does again have the crown molding throughout. And then we're gonna go off to my right, and we'll go down this little hallway here. This is that little cabana bath, the little half bath that goes out to the courtyard. And it has an exhaust fan as well. And then coming along this hallway, this is a flex room, studio, sitting room, whatever you want to call it. And it's pretty decent size. This is probably the smallest room in the whole house, and even it's not small. So she uses it as her art studio. And this overlooks just so you know, the windows overlook where the front courtyard is, coming down that little pathway, and then where the pool is. So that's the windows in this room. Let me zoom out so you get a little bit of an overall view here. And again, this carpet is only about a year old. So moving on into the laundry room, the washer and dryer we have asked to stay, so it is staying. But you do have these built-in cabinets. And then going out to the garage. This is a 2-car garage. It is probably about 22 to 24 foot wide, but it is deep. So it does have some depth here, which is nice. And you've got your AC unit, which she had service. Like I said, she just had a new coil put in July. And then the water heater, which was full on installed in February of this year. So this water heater is brand new. And then you have your electrical panel, which it looks like she's had, nope, those are inspection, termite inspection things, so. And there's some boards and stuff on the wall and whatnot, so you can hang up your tools. I do not know if she is taking any of these shelvings with her. She may or may not be. You can buy them at Lowe's if she is. They're not super expensive. I have them in my house as well, but hopefully she'll leave them behind just for a little extra storage. And this is where that gate is. So let me go out here real fast. So the only thing she keeps out here, because it's getting ready to rain again, is the trash cans for trash pickup. And then if I look here, you've got the other AC unit, and then that's part of the pool pump thing. Or pool pump, water softener, something like that. The water filtration for the pool, that's it. Okay, get this locked back up. Give me just a second. There we go. All right, so going back into the house, back through the laundry room. So that studio and cabana bath now are off to my left. So we're gonna make a right here. This is a linen closet. So again, you've got linens for this half of the house if you'd like. And this is the second primary bedroom in the main part of the house. So again, very decent size. That is a queen size bed for relevance. I'm in still half. Here, let me put it back to 1:1. But as you can see, still decent size because everything fits in my camera. And then this has its own private bath as well. So this one has the single vanity. And it has an exhaust fan in here as well. It does have high privacy glass windows here, which is nice for natural light. Your exhaust fan. And then of course your shower enclosure area with the glass doors. And then moving on from this part of the house, we will head on back out through the living room into the kitchen area. And I'm gonna zoom back out just for, again, overview. And the sliding glass doors that I was mentioning are right here, and they're what overlook the little courtyard area. And then walking into the kitchen, and they've got the waterfall countertop here on the island, all upgraded, newer appliances, and a window over the sink. So this is a very good sized kitchen. And then if I zoom over to this other side real fast, this is the little dining breakfast nook area. And again, it overlooks the courtyard as well. All right, so moving on from here, we have our dining room. So this is a full-size dining room. Again, with the higher windows, it does have window curtains over it for blocking out maybe some of the sunlight that might glare in when you're having a meal. And then this steps out onto that screened porch. So if we step out here, this is that little screen porch. It's raining again. And then, like I said, the fence is maintained by FWC. And then you've got a 100-foot easement, a canal, and then another 100-foot easement. FWC maintains all of that from the fence and beyond. So you would only be responsible for everything on this side of the fence. And she also did mention about the invisible fence that's here. It basically runs from the very corner end of the walls back here and over in that corner over there, from there to the chain link fence, and that's it. And she said one side works, but the other side got cut by the lawn crew at some point. She doesn't remember which side does and does not work, but it worked until they had cut it. So it probably could just be repaired or replace that one side, but not a whole lot of invisible fence, just enough to kind of give you a dog run if you wanted to. And if you were to redo it, that would be a great area maybe for your dogs in the morning to come out through here to take a little break or something. This is also a great view if you just want a change of scenery, that, you know, you just want to sit out here one evening or one morning just for a change of scenery to look out over this natural area here without looking at just your pool and your courtyard. So it kind of gives you someplace else to sit that's not so normal. All right, let's go back inside. And then the final room to show you will be the primary bedroom. Now this room is completely tiled with a huge area rug. And again, that's a queen size bed for relevance. But tons of space in here. She has it set up this way, but you've also got this wall to put a bed on, however you want to set it up. I'm going to zoom back to the 1-to-1 ratio, because again, it's still a very good size room. And it's got the ceiling detail here with the crown molding. And then if I turn and look to the other side, this is the French doors that go out to the courtyard pool deck area. Now, the other thing to show you in here is the closet. So this has a full walk-in closet with built-ins, which will be staying. And I am still in a 1-to-1 ratio, so this kind of gives you a better view, or a more realistic view. So, but this is a very decent sized closet. Like if I stand in the middle, I'm just barely touching each side of her clothes and everything. So it's wide. And then, of course, the primary bathroom. And this has a pocket door. There's a couple of other rooms that have pocket doors as well. But this has your double vanity. There are some very high-end detail in this bathroom. The chandelier. The shower has a rain shower head and a regular shower head here. And it's got a valve there for each. Privacy glass in where the toilet is as well. And then the tub with the privacy glass. Now this is the window that I said when we were standing in the pool courtyard area, that this window was the window to the master or primary bathroom. So this is the other side of it with the privacy glass and your soaking tub. I'm gonna zoom out so you can get a better view. I really think that this is a very great choice house based on some of the others that I've looked at for you and recorded for you. You've got two really good sized primary bedrooms and with ensuite bathrooms in the main part of the house, plus that guest house, which has a very decent sized room and that little kitchenette. So I really think that, regardless if you want the privacy, you could live in the separate areas, or if you want to live in the same main house and leave that as a guest area, I don't think you would have any trouble whatsoever fitting any of your furniture. The attention to detail in this house is just immaculate. The cleanliness of this house is immaculate. The fact that she has cared for everything in the house, making sure that all the systems are operational, etc., is great as well. So excellent choice on your part. Tomorrow morning will be the home inspection, and then as soon as we get that report back, we can let them know whether or not we're proceeding. So that is the house here in Pine Ridge.